What's up you guys, hope you're all doing good and welcome to our Dream Dot channel once again. For those who are visiting our channel for the first time, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Jagdish, a software developer with around 10 years of experience. In our channel, we have been trying to cover the basics of Java programming. So if you're interested in learning Java from the fundamentals, don't forget to check out our channel. In this video, we're going to talk extensively about exceptions and exception handling in Java. So what are exceptions? Exceptions are the unwanted events that happens in your code which interrupts the normal flow of your program. But exceptions normally gets confused with errors, but exceptions and errors are different. Errors happen in your code because of a flawed logic in your program, but exceptions can happen because of a variety of reasons, but exceptions should be handled in your code, but errors cannot be handled. So talk about exception handling in Java. So what happens if you don't handle your exceptions in Java? If the exceptions are not handled properly in your code, it may result in your program from getting terminated. It may not get shut down in a graceful manner and it may not give you a desired output. So let us see what are exceptions and how can we handle those exceptions in Java. So to demonstrate about exceptions in Java, let's quickly try to create a class. Let's say hello to exceptions, hello exceptions in Java. And don't forget to check in public static void main. In Java, exceptions can be broadly categorized into two types called as checked and the unchecked exceptions. This is one of the most frequently asked interview questions. So what are checked and unchecked exceptions in Java? Checked exceptions are those that happens during the compile time, but whereas unchecked exceptions are those that happens during the runtime. Okay, let's check out an example for unchecked exceptions in Java. Checked exceptions in Java. So checked exceptions, as I told earlier, these are the exceptions that happen during your compile time. So how does it happen? So let's quickly try to write a code of a file reader, fr equal to a new file reader. So file reader is something that is used for reading a particular file. So I'm writing an object for a file reader and I'm trying to give in the file name. So when I do this particular path, so imagine I'm giving a dummy file name. So if I do this, I have just written a single line of code where I have tried to create an object for my file reader, but whereas my editor or my compiler is straight away throwing an exception stating that unhandled exception type of file not exception, file not found exception. So these kinds of exceptions are called as the checked exceptions in Java, which your compiler will throw straight away during the compile time. So what are compile time exceptions? In the sense, Java straight away knows that there is a more possibility of this exception to happen. So you have to handle this exception even before delivering your code. So these exceptions are called as the compile time exceptions in Java. So how can you get rid of those exceptions? So while writing codes of this kind, your compiler will straight away tell that you have to handle this exception as Java has asked you to handle this exception because there is more chance of this exception to happen. So how can you handle it? So the syntax of handling your exception will look something like this. So you will have your try block and you will have your catch block. So whatever the code that you suspect that can throw the exception, that should be kept inside your try block, and how you decide to handle that particular exception should be handled inside the catch block. So here, since this is throwing a file not found exception, I'm going to handle this particular exception, file not found exception and the exception object. And it is throwing one other error, file not exception cannot be resolved to a type, and you have to import the Java's file not found exception. So this is an out of the box Java provided exception. So if you handle this particular exception, okay, you are free of errors and you are free to read the file now. So these exceptions are called as checked exceptions in Java. And a general way, whether it is a runtime exception or a compile time exception, the syntax of handling exceptions is very simple. You will have your try block and you will have your catch block. So whatever the code you suspect will throw an exception should be inside the try block, and how you are trying to handle this particular exception can be inside the catch block. For example, you can catch the particular exception and you can try to print what the particular exception is so that you will know, okay, my exception is in the logs. Maybe you can print it this way using a logger so that the user will know or the developer will know, okay, this particular exception has handled and we need to handle it the next time. So this is the simplest way of handling an exception. Now let us see what are unchecked exceptions in Java. So unchecked exceptions, so as the name suggests, it is unchecked. Okay, so unchecked exceptions are those that happens during the compile time. Let's take a common example. For example, I have an integer variable I. For example, I have a variable I with the value 100, and I'm trying to int j equals I divided by 0. So in Java, if you divide any number by 0, it will result in an exception, but your compiler will not tell that it is going to happen. So what happens if you run this particular program? Let's try to run this particular program and see what is happening. So if you run this particular program, it will end up with an arithmetic exception. So it will say that division by 0 is not allowed in Java, and it will throw an arithmetic exception. So these exceptions are called as the unchecked exceptions in Java. Okay, so what is the impact of this particular exception? For example, after this particular statement, if I have some statement like program has got executed, to mark the end of the program, if I have some statement like program has got executed, and if I run this particular program, that particular statement will not get executed. So this is what I told you in the beginning, that exceptions are some unwanted events that is going to interrupt the normal flow of a program. Even though this statement has nothing to do with the exception, then exception has happened in this particular line. So even though the exception happened at line number 11, even line number 12 will not get executed, and it will terminate the code then and there, and it will throw the exception. So this is the impact if the exceptions are not handled properly in your code. So what should you do to stop this ungraceful shutdown of your program? So now let us see how to handle these kinds of exceptions. So as I told you before, so whatever the code that you suspect can throw the exception, we can put it inside the try block, and we can catch the exception using the catch block. And here, since if you are very sure about like what is going to be the exception that is going to happen out of this particular code, then you can catch that particular exception. If you are not very sure, you can catch in the generic exception. So here, since we are very sure that arithmetic exception is going to happen, you can catch the arithmetic exception then and there with a particular object, and you can print in whatever the code that you wanted to print in, or you can also handle the code in a different way based on your logic. So exception has happened, and you can try to print in the exception. So now what is the impact of handling this particular exception? So previously, when the exception had happened in line number, like this particular line, this particular sysO, even though it is not the reason for the exception, did not get executed because the program has got terminated ungracefully. Now since we have handled that particular exception, and now if you try to run this particular program, it will throw the exception, and we are catching it, and after that the rest of the program will get executed without any issues. And this is the impact or the importance of handling the exceptions. If you don't want your program to get shut down in an ungraceful manner, and if you don't, or if you wanted the program to happen in a normal way that it should happen, that it is designed to happen, then you should handle the exceptions. Okay, so what if the piece of code that you write inside the try block is capable of throwing multiple exceptions? Then you can handle these exceptions in multiple catch blocks. Like one try block can be followed by multiple catch blocks in Java. For example, if we are going to initialize an integer array, for example, this is going to be my array is equal to a new integer array, and it has its size as 5. And now if you are trying to print in, the size of the array is 5. Okay, now if I am trying to print in the 10th element of the array, which obviously is not going to sit in this particular array, because this array's index is going to be from a 0 to 4, because the length is going to be 5. But as per the code, I am trying to print in the 10th element of the array. So what will happen in that scenario? So in that scenario, let's try to run this particular program, and if you run this particular program, it is going to throw an exception called as array index out of bound exception. Then you can ask me a question like, I have already handled an exception, why is it still throwing me an exception? Because the exception that you have handled is specific to arithmetic exception. So only the arithmetic exception will be caught in this particular block. If you need to catch a specific exception of one other kind, then you need to catch that specific exception. Only then your program will not get terminated in an ungraceful manner. So the exception is array index out of bound exception. So that exception need to be caught with a particular object, and you can handle your particular exception. And now if you run this particular program, the program will not get shut down in an ungraceful manner. It will catch the exception and it will write this program has got executed. So this is how. Okay, there could be one other question, like if you don't know what kind of exception is going to happen while writing your code, there is one other way of handling the code. In the sense, you can catch a generic exception which is a super class of all these exceptions. So exception of this one, so any other exception has happened, then it can be caught over here. So this is a generic exception. For example, a SQL exception or whatever. So all those exceptions will come and sit inside this generic exception, and you can handle that exception inside this particular block. And there is one other important thing that you need to understand is exceptions will get executed from top to bottom, and the most specific exception should sit at the top, and the most generic exception should sit at the bottom. For instance, if you try to catch a generic exception at the top, let's see what is going to happen. So if you try to catch the exception over here, this will throw an error stating that all these catch blocks cannot be reached. For example, if you remove all these things and if you try to run this particular program, even in that scenario, the program will run properly, because all these exceptions like the arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, all these exceptions are the child class of the super exception, of the super class exception. So even though you have not caught array index out of bound exception, that exception has been caught by this particular block. So if you are going to catch a generic exception, that should sit at the bottom, and the more specific exceptions should sit at the top. So hope you found it clear, like what are exceptions and how we need to handle the exceptions in Java. So to reiterate what we have seen, exceptions are the unwanted events in your program that is going to interrupt the normal flow of your code, and it is going to shut down your program in an ungraceful manner. So if you don't handle the exception, it is going to shut down the program in an ungraceful manner. So how are we going to handle the exceptions? Exceptions can be handled using a try block and a catch block. So whatever the code you suspect is going to throw the exception should be put inside the try block, and the exception should be handled in the catch block. Coming to the types of exceptions, you have checked and the unchecked exceptions. Checked exceptions are the exceptions that happens during the compile time, and unchecked exceptions are the exceptions that happens during the runtime. So while coming to the hierarchy of the catch block, more generic exceptions should sit at the bottom, and the more specific exceptions should sit at the top. Hope you found this video informative. If you really like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we'll meet you in the next exciting concept soon. Thank you.